Start spreading the news. Oh, please.
Live in a condo like a block up, but my unit faces this side, and I can't believe how night after night I can hear loud vehicles. I don't know if they're mopeds, motorcycles, cars or trucks, whatever. Just tearing down the street. They're loud, they're noisy, and I get the feeling they're just racing up and down here. You know, I can't see the street, but I can hear them. So there's no sense for me to call because I can't even tell them in which direction they're going, what kind of vehicles they are. And what I'm saying is we need to have some way we can report this and get some kind of help. You know, I'm not really worried because I'm farther up and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be run over or hit or anything. But it's just the idea that these people think this is the racetrack.
And this is not an area where you want to put in traffic calming measures where there's bumps every 20 feet because you've got, this is a main thoroughfare.
Right.
This gives you a good idea of how precious a police resource is because we have the same problem on Kalaniani Highway. It used to be called the Death Way because, you know, and I'm sure the same thing's going to happen here if that's what's going on. And the answer is, how many people do you know? Do you think that the presence of a police officer or a police car will slow down people who are going fast? And I want to ask all of you people this question. Have you ever seen a police car in your rear view mirror and sped up to go over the speed limit? As a matter of fact, what happens most of the time is we look down at our speedometer and go, whew. In my case, I'm going, oh, I'm glad I'm going under the speed limit. So that's the key. I mean, the answer to your question is quite simply police presence. The problem is that they are a scarce resource. Everybody wants police officers. You know, when they get to the courthouse, they're disrespected all the time. It's assumed that they're lying in most instances, which I think is appalling, but that's what goes on in the courthouse. In fact, when they're in the community, they are exactly where they want to be. There isn't a single community that doesn't want more police officers, whether it's on the Big Island or here. So what you need to do is to work with them, let them know when it's happening, if there's a specific time, try and document how often it's occurring, and then try and get them to help you. And if you can get them to do that, then you're going to be in a lot better shape, because if they know that there's a credible threat that there will be a police officer around, then they will behave themselves. And I happen to love every time I see somebody with one of these speed guns on Kalaniani Highway, because I know it's going to be stuck in those people's mind that they are out, they're looking for us, and if I keep on speeding, then they're going to be in a lot of trouble. This is also partially due to the fact that I'm one of the few people who actually is a very slow and annoyingly slow driver. So the only time I have ever in my lifetime had people going the same speed I am was when they had the van cams. And so I actually was an enthusiast of the van cams, and that was shot down as politically untenable. They're now trying to get those, I believe, in intersections. That would be a great idea if you have an intersection that has some of those types of problems. The type of cameras that are looking at may be of some assistance, but you're absolutely dead on. I know it's a problem, and the key to that is prevention by police presence. Please.
But even if there are police, how much, you know, they have these lawyers that try to get the people, you know.
Yes, they have lawyers who try to get their clients off.
Right.
They're called defense attorneys in the ACLU. Good, I'm glad about that. I'm glad you noticed. No.
I'm just wondering how much influence ACLU has in the state, because it seems like every time there's a logical, reasonable law trying to be passed, somebody knocks it out, like the camera, and thinks, so is that ACLU, is that whatever. What do you think?
I want to shake your hand and give you a kiss.
Oh, thank you. But my main question is, what do we do?
You know what you got to do for that, and thank you, because we could use your help. It's absolutely and unequivocally true that the legislature, in my opinion, and the Supreme Court gives disproportionate interest in what's said by the people, the so-called civil rights crowd. And it's not civil rights, because it's really defendants' rights that they're worried about. I believe that we all believe in civil liberties. I can't imagine living in a world that doesn't have some of the civil liberties that we have. But what I can't believe in is that they've been stretched to the breaking point so that now they're protecting people who shouldn't be protected. To help us in that regard, your presence at the legislature, or simply letters to your legislature, or phone calls to your legislature, those help. Believe it or not, there is definitely safety in numbers. The more people we can get who are actively involved in the legislature saying, I like this bill, I think this makes all sorts of sense, the more you can get to call them, fax them, email them, all of those things would help.